For today, we came to a slum to set up a clinic nearby. This is a poverty-stricken area, so they don't have access to a lot of medical resources. If you look over at the table, we just had a setup station where we took people's blood pressures, their blood sugar check for diabetes, and general examination. We helped fill out some prescriptions and just do some general examinations to help people around here.
It was really eye-opening to see how different healthcare is here compared to in England. Over here, there are a lot of challenges that we wouldn't see in the NHS. For example, at the moment, we've run out of neurotips, which means we can't take any more blood sugar readings. Now in the UK this doesn't really occur, so it's really interesting to see how some patients can't get the medical treatment they receive due to the lack of resources available, and it was really eye-opening to see how the doctors have to cope with that, how to manage and adapt the techniques in order to accommodate those patients.
There's also a huge component of practice being involved. In the UK, we have a chance occasionally to do blood pressure, take someone's blood sugar, but here we're doing it 30, 40 times a day, and that kind of integration of that technique is really useful to have.
The patients here can also become very adamant and needing their treatment. It can be very difficult to communicate with the patients. We've also had some language barriers. The patients can be quite stubborn as well, and there's quite a big culture over here about needing medicine when they come in, and that's something very new to us. Patients seem to feel like they haven't been properly treated unless they receive some form of medication as well.
Here you can observe that I'm performing a blood glucose test. This is performed in a local weekly clinic run in order to assess how well their diabetes is being managed. One of these patients came in complaining about her condition and the tedious nature of having to take medication every single day, and so she stopped. It's worth noting that she also came into the clinic, actually eating a donut. Something I recognize while in these clinics is that people in these villages are rarely considerate of their conditions. It may be consequential of a culture or due to poor education. It may be because when considering diabetes, there aren't that many palpable side effects, and so patients may not think that they're actually that unwell. It's quite a stark contrast to GPs in the UK, where when a patient is told they're diabetic, they're often devastated and quick to change.
In this video, I'm checking the blood pressure of a local patient in a slum clinic. The slum clinic was run by a doctor voluntarily in a nearby village every week. In this clinic, we had the opportunity to see conditions we'd only previously read about, such as a child with kwashiorkor, and we also had the chance to examine them. This is so distinct from, as a medical student, largely only getting to perform examinations on other healthy students. It also reveals how disparate medical conditions are in the UK and India. One huge distinction I noticed while in India is how sparse the investigations are. They just don't have the resources to have tests such as x-rays and full blood counts done, so instead they're almost solely reliant on a brief patient history and examination. If you come in with persistent bloody cough and night sweats, you have TB, end of discussion. There's no Mantoux, no sputum culture, it just wasn't feasible. It was a good reminder of the luxuries we had in London relative to a lot of the world.
All in all, we spent about 2 weeks in India, and a few lessons we learned over the trip were that when you're putting down the time and money to travel, it's critical that you optimize your experience. We found the best thing for us was to simply be doing something as often as we could. On days when the clinic didn't run, we found a local hospital where we could sit in on surgeries. Otherwise, we went to a local school and helped in their pharmacy. We had limited time, so we prioritized doing things every single day if we could. Specific to India, we recommend you not drink tap water there. Avoid ice cubes, uncooked vegetables. Trust us, it's just a smart precaution.
Overall, the trip was a great experience. The use of a bursary was really helpful in maximising what we could do on the trip. Without it, we probably would have had to cut it short and had less time in India.